I'm Mitch Shoemaker. Oh, big thumb. Sorry, trying to adjust this. Anyway, I'm Mitch Shoemaker, and today is day 47 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and celebrating myself. So, yay for day 47. Today I chose that I can do hard things. Years ago, I had a roommate. I called her my sister Kay. Um, well, Kay is the first initial of her name, but I always called her that. She wasn't my biological sister, but it turns out she was like my third cousin, which was kind of random. But she was like a sister to me, so I always called her my sister. Anyway, so my sister Kay. Anyway, she had this mantra that I can do hard things. And so every time we were like struggling with something, she would bring that up and be like, okay, it's okay. I can do hard things. And so I really like that mantra of hers. But I kind of wanted to celebrate that in myself today because I can do hard things. And I was talking to my friend yesterday and was just kind of being reminded that I'm doing things, and also recognizing that some of the things that I'm doing in my life or dealing with in my life right now are things that are hard for me right now, but they didn't used to be hard, which I think is what makes me sometimes feel like I'm failing or I'm not doing a good enough job, because I used to be able to do these things, but age and weight and not being healthy have kind of played a role into some of these things. Just not taking care of myself. So I'm trying to remedy that, starting, because spiritual, emotional health, if you get that better, then it's easier to work on your physical health, and they all kind of connect. So, and if you're not emotionally or spiritually healthy, your physical health has a tendency to suffer, which obviously my physical health has suffered quite a bit. So I need to remedy things a little bit, but all of these things take time. I didn't get messed up, depressed, and overweight overnight, so it doesn't fix itself overnight either. But I'm finding a lot of simple, basic things I used to do that were easy to do are hard for me to do now. And so I'm trying to remember that I can do hard things, that I am doing hard things, and that my hard things may be different from other people's hard things, because some things that I think may be easy might be hard for someone else, or something that I think is hard may be easy for someone else. Or in this case, stuff that I think is hard now used to be easy for me, which I think is part of my frustration and feeling like I'm failing when I'm not, because I'm still doing these things. It's just now they're hard to do instead of, just the basic everyday, I can do this kind of a thing. But I can still do this. I know that as long as I continue to say my prayers, I ask God for help. He always gives me that extra strength, that extra boost, whatever it is that I need to do so that I can get the things done that need to be done. There's a lot of other extra stuff that doesn't get done, and I'm calling it extra stuff at this point because, yes, at one point in my life, I used to be able to do all of that stuff in a day, and I had plenty of energy to keep doing more. And at the moment, I don't. I have very few things that I do in a day because I have very little energy. And it's hard for me to motivate myself to do things, especially when I know I can't do all the things that I want to do. Um, and it's hard to just to be okay with not doing all those things, to let myself take some time off. It's hard to do a lot of things, but I am grateful for my sister Kay and her mantra. I can do hard things, because that's true for me too. I can do hard things. I think we can all do hard things. I don't always want to do hard things. I don't always like to do hard things, but I can do hard things. And just remembering that I can do hard things when I'm dealing with hard things in my life is nice to remember. It's also nice to recognize that the things that I'm doing are hard, and by recognizing that it's hard, that means it's not going to be an easy task to accomplish. It's going to require a lot more time or effort or things to put into it. It's not like, oh, snap of my fingers and I'm done kind of a deal. It's going to take more because it is hard. It's going to take more energy. It's going to take more effort because it is hard. And I also think by recognizing that it's hard, it puts it at like different levels. I have games and stuff where they have like easy, intermediate, like hard, extreme, things like that. Like putting that into my life and recognizing I'm on a hard level of life right now. And that's okay, because I can do the hard level. It's harder, and it takes longer, and it takes more effort. It takes more energy. It takes more out of me to do the hard level. So I can't expect myself to do as well or as quickly as I do with the easy level. On the hard levels, sometimes you have to repeat multiple times until you pass the level because they're hard. They're not like the easy ones that you're like, oh, this is a piece of cake. I can, like, this game is too easy, until you get to the medium and the intermediate and then the hard levels, and you're like, okay, I don't like the hard levels. So it's kind of nice for me to put that analogy into my life and to recognize that I have hard levels in life and hard times in life, but that I can do hard things. I can pass the hard levels, usually with God's help, always with God's help, because I can't do the hard levels by myself, but I can ask for help through the hard levels, and I can get that extra strength that I need to get through the hard levels. And some days are just going to be harder than others, and some days I may not pass that hard level, but I can do hard things, and I am grateful to recognize that I can do hard things. And it makes recognizing that I can do hard things makes hard levels doable for me in my life, I think. It puts things into a different perspective for me, and I need that different perspective. I need a perspective that says I can do this, instead of a perspective that says I'm failing or I'm falling short because this used to be easy and now it's hard. I like that analogy that I just came up with doing these videos, the game levels, and I've reached a hard level, so it's going to be harder. It's not going to be easy where it was at, and maybe one day this will feel easy, but some other hard thing will come along, and will be able to face or deal with whatever other hard things come along, because I can do hard things. So I'm grateful for that, and that is what I'm celebrating, or celebrated, for day 47. Yay! Okay, so if you like these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have fun finding ways to celebrate yourself. Have a great day full of gratitude, and maybe do some writing.